Hello, everyone's. I am here for my review of Housewives of Salt Lake City, Season 2, Episode 19. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Lady T. I like to do reviews on scripted reality shows as well as scripted shows. If you're returning, you one of my people, welcome back. We don't have any comments from last week. Now, I've heard all the mess of what's going on in the firing of she who shall remain nameless. I know all that's going on, but like now that I know about that, I am looking at everything she says towards Mary from now on. I was already wondering, like, why you got all this animosity towards Mary? Where is all this coming from? And now we know where it's coming from. It's coming from hatred. So the ladies, they break off into separate activities. Heather and Lisa going horseback riding. And I was like, that's a strange meetup because Lisa does not like Heather or Whitney. But I was like, that's odd. Whitney and Jen, they go on the ATV. And Meredith, Mary, and She Who Shall Remain Nameless go on the spot. Now, y'all, riding horses, it used to seem like fun to me until I seen how big a horse was. Like a few years ago, me and my husband, we had tickets to go to the Houston rodeo. His job gave us tickets, and like we got to meet the rodeo, the cowboys and stuff like that. I get to be next to a horse. Now, I didn't know horses was that big until I was standing next to one. I was like, that is a huge animal. I used to want to ride a horse mainly because every time I see a horse, most of the time, I just think of the time when I was little. There used to be this man to come around and you can take a picture on a horse and he give you a little bandana and a little cowboy hat and you take a pictures. For some other reason, my brother, my auntie, my uncle, and my cousins got a picture of the horse. No picture of me on the horse. Like, where was I at when he was coming around and how come I did not get a picture on the horse? But anyways, me ranting about my childhood like always. But like they seem to be having fun. It's just like horse, it seems scary. Seems like fun, but I'll be scared that my horse decide to break loose. Like for real, for real. I have never seen so many horses in my life until I moved to Houston. It was a shock to me that people was just riding horses just around on the street. Now, we are not in the country area. Like I thought that's where people had the horses. They had like a little ranch or something like that or lived on a farm. These was horses in the inner city of Houston on like main streets just rolling down the street on a horse. I was like, is that somebody on a horse? Yes. During the summertime, there would be doggone multiple horses and like people in cars and people on like little buggies with horse being pulling them, just going up and down the street. It was amazing to me. But anyway, Heather and Lisa get into how Meredith has not been there for Lisa. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it seemed like Meredith kind of like pulled back from Lisa when Lisa was getting all buddy buddy with Jen, and Jen had been out here liking comments that was speaking negatively towards her son. Did not happen. I remember that. And on top of that, I forgot last season that Jen was going out around like implying that Meredith had a whole boyfriend out here when she and Seth were going through some marital issues. So you doggone it, buddying up with this woman who's done all this stuff towards my family. Yeah, I'm gonna be sad at you, and I'm gonna try to pull away because, like, you know how this woman is. I don't want to tell you who to be friends with, but like, if that's how you want to roll, then I don't want to be rolling with you. That's what I got from Meredith pulling away from Lisa. And somebody said this. It was either who was it? Was it Nikki Star TV or Erica De Niro said that towards the beginning of the season they was like, this is going to be the season to just going to just demolish Meredith and Lisa's friendship. And sure enough, it is. Y'all, even though we've only talked about this a few times, I am tired of them questioning Meredith about whether she did or didn't go to her father's memorial service because they so all up in arms because they want to know where was Meredith at? How come she wasn't on the Sprinter van? Well, Meredith said that she don't want to be around Jen like that for real. But she's been around Jen like that for real. But like, I don't want to be on a bus with y'all and all that's going on. And y'all see the first bus ride when they was going to Vail, what happened? Jen got arrested and all that mess was going on. And then on the second bus ride when they was coming to wherever they at now, doggone it, Jen was jumping stupid with just about everybody on the bus and fussing and cussing. I wouldn't want to be around that mess too. When I go on vacation, I don't want no drama going on. But that's what happens when we on these trips with doggone Real Housewives of whatever show is on. It's always some drama and it's always some mess going on. But I would rather take a flight and be in comfort and get there fast instead of being on a doggone buzz with doggone some drunk heifers on there starting mess. Where am I at? Jen at her mouth said that it's messed up that she did something like that and lied. Like if Meredith would have lied about her father's memorial. And I was like, I also think it's messed up when you are alleged out here stealing from old folks or just stealing people's money in general. Alleged to have been stealing money in general. I think that's messed up as well. Yeah. Now, I'm going to say this because a lot of people is like, well, Mary, she's doing it to her congregation. Granted, I've heard about Mary, yelling at her congregation about like giving her more money and all those things too. I am not excusing that. Yes, I've heard that she's alleged to have um Cameron, I guess, allegedly said that Mary allegedly had like convinced him to mortgage his house for like $300,000 and she took the money. Yes. But these are like accusations. I don't believe anybody is going to the police and the FBI and all that stuff about Mary. I don't know that. But I do know that the FBI have been looking into Jen for these alleged activities that she has done. I do know that for sure. I just think it's funny how they're like, Mary got all this going on at her church, and yada, yada, yada. Yes, these are allegations. But what we do know is, you seen with your own eyes, that different government agencies was looking for Jen to arrest her. But we just, okay, be all buddy buddy with Jen. So they're at the spa, and she who shall remain nameless is like, why does Mary have her clothes on during her massage? Like, she's finding reasons to complain about Mary. Maybe Mary didn't want to be naked on camera. Maybe Mary didn't want to be naked around people she don't know. Maybe that's just her. But why do you care whether she has on clothes or not? Oh, she has her clothes on so she can just jump up and storm off and leave. Then that's her prerogative. What does Mary got to do with the massage you got going on? Mary could have on a full doggone fur coat. That's not messing up my massage. I'm gonna be sitting here like, okay, yes, yes, I have some tension in my back and my neck. Yes, can you please, yes, massage that. Yes, please do that. I be focused on me relaxing and getting my massage and my facials, all that other stuff. I wouldn't be caring on what's going on at the doggone table next to me or the one on the other side of me or wherever it's at. I would not be caring. Now, the ladies, which is Meredith, Marion, you know, she who remain nameless, are sitting there talking. And I'm not mad when she who shall remain nameless was like, Mary, how's Robert Sr. doing? She's like, yeah, I don't know you like that, so I'm not gonna be, telling you my business. I was not mad about that. Now I think the reason why Mary is coming back is she who shall remain nameless is because she's getting that vibe off of her because she who shall remain nameless don't see it for Mary. Even though Mary don't really consider herself this either, but that's neither here nor there. She is that whether she likes to admit it or not, or accepts it or not. I'm thinking Mary, she's sensing that off of her, and she's like, okay, I don't see it for you, and I'm not fit to tell you my business. Simple as that. I don't know you like that. And I already sense some doggone it negativity that you feel towards me. So I darn sure ain't fit to be telling you my business and what's going on in my house. And I was here for that. So Jen decides to have like a little Cinco de Mayo celebration. And Meredith pulls Whitney to the side like, hey girl, just gonna let you know. Jen told the government that she has zero assets. And you know they say she out here frauding people allegedly. And if she's paying for this dinner, I don't want to have anything to do with this. I don't want to have anything to do with this. I don't think we should have anything to do with this. But I'm like, okay, I can get that. But you came down here, you sitting at this dinner, and you sitting here feeding your face. So what is it, Meredith? One minute you talking about something we should not be doggone it, participating in this dinner in which Jen got going on because she's supposed to be not having any money and she's alleged to be out here frauding people. So how is she paying for this dinner? We shouldn't be involved in this. But we see the next scene, you sitting down and you not gonna filling your face up with food. Then accepting this diamond bracelet that Jen gave y'all. Like if she, like what were we doing, Meredith? I'm confused because you talking about some we should not participate in, but I see you eating the food. I see you accepting this gift. What is it? Again, confused. Now, y'all, I don't know if I'm reading too much into this, but did it seem like she who shall remain nameless got all this stuff going so that the ladies can jump on Mary? Because she's the one that brought up like Mary had a stank attitude when we was at the spa when I asked her about her husband. It's just like, I don't know you like that. So all the other girls was like, well, Mary, why don't you like, this is when like, why don't you like she who shall remain nameless? You should be friends with her. I'm grown. I don't have to be friends with anybody. Even when I was little, I didn't have to be friends with anybody. No, if I don't want to be friends with you, I don't want to be friends with you. Child, was like I was like, why are you trying to push this friendship on me? Didn't even want to be friends with her. Obviously, y'all don't see how she's doggone playing and trying to get y'all to gang up on me because that's essentially what happened. It turned into a why don't you like her? Why are you acting this way towards her? And I was not here for it. Oh, child, about doggone jacket moved and I didn't know what was going on. Y'all about to see me act a complete another fool. At one point, Heather and Mary was going back and forth, and it was something about like, well, her husband did pay for us to be here. And Mary was like, you talk about husbands? Like, Heather, you don't have a husband. And Heather was like, well, you married your step granddaddy, so. But I was like, she got you on that one. Like, Mary, you did have a point. She don't have a husband. And Heather, you had a point. She did marry her step granddaddy. And did y'all see the doggone she who shall remain nameless was over there chuckling? I seen it. Mary and Lisa go back and forth. Mary says Lisa and her family they need nutrients and she needs to start feeding her kids Taco Bell every night. Lisa's like, your congregation don't like you and they're leaving. It's like, I don't know why you don't be friends with your ring nameless. Like now that stuff has come out about how she who shall remain nameless feels about people, like, are y'all looking at her different? Do y'all feel some type of way? Do y'all see why Murray did not see it for her? Or like y'all don't really care, that ain't got nothing to do with y'all, or like you can see where she was coming from. I just have questions. I do. And I guess it was like, why don't you want to be friends with her? I guess that's Whitney's, wanting everybody to like her. She doesn't understand why Mary doesn't want to be friends with she who shall remain nameless. It's like some people just don't want to be friends. Some people don't care if that other person don't like them. That's just it. And it was like, well, Meredith, how come, like, it was basically like, Meredith, make Mary be friends with she who shall remain nameless. And Meredith was like, I'm not not fit to tell Mary that she should be friends with somebody. I'm not fit to do that. And when Mary does something wrong, I tell her she does something wrong. This is when Lisa is completely head is like, oh my goodness. Meredith, she is always standing up for Mary. And she's not being a good friend for me. I've been a good friend to her. And she runs off. She done got caught on the hot mic. And she says that she don't give a boop about Meredith. And that Meredith was out here cheating on her husband. And her whole family is a bunch of posers. And why don't you own a house? Oh, because your husband changes jobs every 5 minutes. And that she is a whore. And she lives, and she done hunched on just about half of New York City. And I was like, see, that was the final nail in the coffin for their friendship. You know, you done came for her family. You done said she was cheating. You done called her a whore. This episode was good. It was good. I just liked how like once doggone the day was like, and did you do this? And did your father, did you really go to the memorial? She's like, see, that's it. And her and Mary, they got up and it was like, I'm done. I told y'all not coming for my family like that, and y'all still doing it. I'm out of here because one more second, I'm not gonna be busting heads. She didn't say that, but that's kind of the feel that I was getting from that. So that was the gist. If I left anything out, by all means, leave a comment below. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Feel free to subscribe. It's free all day, every day for $99. Make sure your notifications are on so when my beautiful face puts up a video, you can click on it, you can like and share with your people, and you can come up and be one of my peoples. If you're already one of my peoples, welcome back. Y'all know what to do. Tell your people, tell their people to come up and be one of my peoples by clicking that icon above. This is Lady T signing off. Have a good one.